Hey everyone, welcome to the Withering Effect, episode 40. Today's date is April 13th, 2020, and I am Duds, or Duds versus known to the rest of the interwebs.
And I am Jimbo, also known as Jimbo Slice 23. How's your week been so far, Duds?
My week's been long, so just mainly sticking to Minecraft to start with. I built a storage shop, as I'm calling it, because that's the way I'm doing storage for farms this season, for the iron farm. And inside this shop has a mass silo for iron. I know people are around me going, that's not mass storage, you only have 4 double chests. It's like, guys, I'm never going to need more than 4 double chests of iron. But along with the iron, it also has 2 villagers that just so happen to trade iron. I've got a toolsmith and an armorer. And man, is that OP.
Yeah, I saw that on your latest episode with the storage and the villagers. Man, that comes in handy.
Yeah, so I was using a cleric at the zombie grinder, and everyone's like, it's OP, it's OP. And I'm like 45 minutes in, and I've got like 5 emeralds. I'm like, this isn't OP, this stinks. But you do an iron farm with guys that trade iron. Yes, it is OP, but it is so awesome.
Either way, it'll be exploited regardless, you know, whatever item you get most of. And iron comes in pretty frequently with those new designs.
The other thing I worked on was, so I know I'm going to the end soon. I need shulker boxes. I want an elytra. Living without those things for this long has bugged the living crap out of me. But I've also known as soon as I get an elytra, I'm going to want rockets to fly. So, needless to say, I spent the rest of the episode building a creeper farm to get gunpowder. I ended up building Logical Geek Boy's version, and his farm's in my show notes or whatever. I did a few changes with his farm. The minecart track underneath, I wasn't too much of a fan of because it was only a single cart, and I'm stupid. So, it was way overcomplicated for me. So I just kind of made my own, and it seems to work, so I can't complain. And again, it's just me, so there's only like 2 double chests to hold all the gunpowder, because again...
Yeah, which is plenty.
Yeah, I'm not going to use all that gunpowder, unless for some reason I want to TNT a mountain or something, which I'm not going to do. But moving on to something outside of Minecraft, throughout the episode, I talk about making my time lapses better. And the piece of equipment I was waiting for was a TV stand. So I've got a secondary PC, basically the PC I was first making YouTube videos on. I still have it, and it was sitting behind a bookshelf using this like 12 by 12 square monitor. So whenever I do time lapses, the aspect ratio is off. So I have to kind of zoom in so it looks correct on YouTube. And that leads it to be super blurry. Well, I had a spare TV that I wasn't using before I got a roommate.
Yeah.
And the only problem is I had nowhere to put it in my office. I was like, if I get rid of this bookshelf, I can... Suze, come on now. I can put this TV over there, hook the computer to it, and we'll be all good. So that's what I did. I ended up buying a TV stand that's supposed to hold this computer to hook up to a TV just so I can do better looking time lapses and, you know, watch TV that's in the couch or on the couch that's in my office. But crazy stuff ensued. Like the hole for this TV stand is like 60 inches and the TV stand I ordered is 58 inches, or at least that's what it said online. So it's like, oh, it's going to fit perfectly. The quarter rounds at the bottom and everything are only like half an inch, so that gives me a full inch of clearance. We'll be fine. Man, was I wrong. The TV stand itself is like 58.75 inches long, and one wall is a little off-centered. So the TV stand ended up like sitting on the quarter rounds instead of sliding into the hole nice and gently like it should have.
Yeah.
So I took a flathead screwdriver and a hammer and knocked out those quarter rounds.
Yep, rig it up.
Yep.
I would do.
Yeah, I'm just going to cut them to length at some other point when I get that whole area done. Right now, it's like in a cubby hole. So whenever the TV's playing sound, it just echoes like crazy. So I've got some soundboard I'm going to put up behind it to kind of stop that. But yeah, so now at least that creeper farm time lapse looked good. Mm-hmm. But in the middle of the time lapse, I ran out of materials. I was like, man, I've got all this concrete. I'm good. I've got all this wool. I ain't ever going to run out of materials. I'm like 2 hours in. I'm like, I have no concrete. What the heck? So I ended up... Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say how deceiving it always is. Every time I start a build, I never ever seem to bring enough. Or way too much. It's hard to judge.
Yeah, and the worst part is I have one ender chest and no shulker boxes. So I was boating back and forth to my house to get supplies. And then finally,
that's right.
I was like, I'm going to go find a gravel biome so I can just munch down on some gravel. I know you can get gravel easily in the Nether. But this whole first part of this season for my single player is I'm trying to stay out of the Nether because I don't want to reset it when the new biomes come. So I didn't want to go hunting for gravel in there. I found a gravel biome 4,000 something blocks away.
Ooh.
Yeah. And my rules for my own survival is you got to travel on foot to the spot you want to teleport, and you got to travel back without dying. Well, I made it. It was fine, but it's like a 3-hour round trip.
Jeez.
Yeah. But now I have a gravel teleportation spot for my transportation hub. So that's very nice.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about traveling 3 hours.
Right. But it made for a long farm build. And I think that's why when I started watching Logical Keep Boy's part where he was doing the minecart track for the unloader and everything, I was just like, I can't be bothered. I'm tired and I'm exhausted. I keep running out of materials. It's like, I don't have this many rails, man. So I just did my own, and it works. It works fine. The worst part is I also built the farm at the wrong Y level. So the track part is technically underwater because I built it over an ocean. Because, I'm a genius.
Yeah, good move.
Yeah. But farm works awesome. No problems. Logical Geek Boy. Great design. But other than that, what have you been doing this week?
Well, I actually jumped on the Ripple Effect server because the last time I was on there, I noticed some things around spawn weren't exactly finished. There was a spawn landscaping project that didn't get finished at the end. And me and Carl went in there and we spruced some things up. Literally spruced some things up. I put up some spruce trees, customized them. It always seems like a good idea till you start doing it. But I have two more of those to do. The place is looking really good. We just want this thing to look good for people who will get the download and want to explore the map and stuff. And just cleaning up around my base also. Did a little bit of that. But maybe we'll put a picture up in the Discord to let you guys see what it looks like. Because I don't think I'm going to be putting it in a video, or it will be in a video anytime soon. But I would like to share that. It does look really good. It's different. Does. Yeah, it looks way different than what it used to. So Spawn Town is looking really cool. And we also did this little, like a memorial in the middle of the Spawn Town. It's like a little rock formation where we put everyone's heads. So everyone that's been there through Season 2 and 2.5, we have their heads put all around this little mural. It's cool.
You can't see my face, but I'm holding back laughter because you can't say the words memorial and put their heads on.
Yeah.
It's a celebration of player heads. How about that?
Yeah, collection, I guess.
It's very cool. I hopped on there because you guys had me rebuild that swing I had found on Reddit.
I didn't do
it. It looked very nice.
Thank you.
I was really happy with it. You and Carl need to come landscape my little island because I've been doing that on stream and I'm just like, wait, I just did this for the last 6 months at my own Ripple Effect base. Now I'm doing it here.
Well, that's your own survival. I'm not allowed to touch that stuff.
Yeah, it's not Jimbo's own survival.
Yeah, it wouldn't be Moss if I came in there.
No, it'd be Joss.
Yeah. But there's still a little bit more we want to do. It definitely helps the time passing because I'm not creating content to get on there and do something. I actually went into my townhouse and did a little bit. Yeah. A little bit of decorating on the inside because we didn't have lanterns at the time. So I went back through and took my torches out, replaced some lanterns in there just to make it look a little better. But yeah, just messing around on the server without recording or anything. It's actually pretty relaxing, and I've been having a lot of fun doing that.
I'm glad you said the townhouse thing, because while I was on there, I went in mine, and my house on my own survival is inspired from that spawn townhouse. And I remember going in and looking around going, man, did I really mess this version up? Like, what was I thinking when I designed this home? No wonder I was only there for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, because the outside looks amazing. I don't know about the inside.
I think that's all I was thinking about was, the outside will look nice at least, but the inside's not functional at all.
Yeah. Well, hey, there's always time. Always get on there and mess with it. But yeah, I'm not too sure when the download's going to be out, but it should be soon. But besides that, I did play a little bit in the Nether. We do have snapshot news to cover here in a minute. But I do like to mention how I went in there in survival again just to play around, see how long I would last. Not very long. I made it through without dying before, and it took me like 3 to 4 hours. I think more around 3 hours, but it took me 20 minutes to die. And I tried it 2 times to go back in, and I couldn't really make it out without getting the right gear. I was able to find, the new Blackstone and get my stone tools and stuff, and still with just the basalt terrain and running into the crimson mobs and stuff like that, it's definitely a little more hostile. Yeah, especially with the new terrain. So yeah, don't expect to just skip through the Nether, because that's not going to happen.
There's already a ton of people who are scared to go into the Nether.
Just scared them a little more.
Yeah, now it's just like avoid at all costs.
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous. Yeah, there's like even in the basalt biome, there's skeletons, and there's nothing worse as a player with no armor than a skeleton hitting you from far away. So yeah, those you got to avoid those in the basalt biome also. It's a lot harder now.
Yeah, I was worried in my single player when I first went into it, because I had like leather armor, and you called it correctly. I was so scared of a random skeleton popping me with an arrow and me falling into lava. Like, that's my worst fear. But now I'm kitted up to the nose and diamond gear, and nothing's scaring me now. Got a decent bow, take out some gas.
I thought I was okay with my stone tools and stuff. I was like, okay, I got every tool I got extra stone to go. I should be okay from here on. But without a shield, without some iron, it's not that easy.
And see, I forget so much about the shield. Like, it is very much a useful thing early in the game. I would love if they would allow you to craft the shield with other items. So, like, you could, instead of iron, you could use gold, or you could use diamond, or you can use netherite, and maybe that would give you a different shaped shield.
Yeah, instead of a square.
Yeah, instead of a square. Maybe a gold gives you a round shield. I know, taboo. You can't say round in Minecraft, but maybe the diamond
gives blasphemous.
Maybe the diamond gives you a diamond-shaped shield. So
I smell a shield update episode coming out.
Yeah, if they made shields look cooler, I'll use it.
You can't put your banner on there.
That's true too.
That you put a design on there. But yeah, I don't really mess with the shields too often to really go after them. I don't know. If I know I'm in one of those situations, like if I were to go in the Nether, I might take a shield. It might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Especially with all the projectiles coming at you. But yeah, that's about it. I just did that little bit of survival round. Didn't last too long. It's a little bit more difficult now to just traverse, let alone, getting attacked by mobs. But
and it's going to get even more difficult when we start reading out the news.
Yeah, might as well. That's it for me.
All right. So, as always, we're going to go over each section at a time. I'm going to read all the new things in the section, and then we'll go and talk to it. Jimbo's covering some changes that are happening. But we're going to go ahead and start with new features for Snapshot 20W15A. New features include accessibility improvements, added a Piglin banner pattern, added Basalt Deltas biome to the Nether, added soul campfires, warm your buns in the heat of 1,000 sands. Okay. Added 3 new tracks of Nether music, added chiseled Nether bricks, cracked Nether bricks, and quartz bricks, added new set of stone blocks called Blackstone with regular polished and polished brick variants, added gilded Blackstone, which is Blackstone that has been imbued with gold and has a chance of dropping gold nuggets when broken. Blackstone can also be used to craft furnaces and stone tools. Lots of new features.
Yes, lots of new blocks.
So
love the new blocks.
Yeah. Let's break it down with the obvious thing everyone's going to talk about, Blackstone.
Yes.
Likes, dislikes, go.
Love them.
Love it.
Love the Blackstone. Love all the different variants of it.
Mm-hmm.
How they have the brick. I almost said blick. They have the brick. They have the polished. And the stairs and slabs. Hello.
And
gotta
walls.
Yeah, and the walls too.
Which also brings me back to, why the heck don't we have concrete stairs and slabs?
Yeah, people are going to be pushing it.
Or, as I was saying this week in live stream, smooth stone stairs. We have smooth stone. We have smooth stone slabs.
Yeah.
Why don't we have stairs? Just saying.
Yeah, only makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Must be a bug.
Yeah, it must be a bug.
It's got to be a bug. They got to be in there.
I'm all for Blackstone. I think it's a gorgeous texture. I like how it's not pure black, like coal black.
Mm-hmm.
I like how they gave you every variant.
Yes.
They went, we know people are going to complain about this, so here you go. Here's it all.
Mm-hmm. There's 3 different types for you. If you don't like this one, choose the other one.
Mm-hmm. I like gilded Blackstone. To me, I think that's
beautiful.
Yeah, that's my new favorite texture out of this snapshot. The lodestone is still my favorite texture of all time now, but
I think the gilded Blackstone might be my favorite block.
Yeah,
I think it looks that cool.
It is a very cool.
The gold
block
really pops out of that dark stone texture or Blackstone texture.
I think what hurts it for me though is when I first saw it, I immediately thought of my grandparents' like 1980s bathroom when they had the jacuzzi tub.
Okay. Yep.
You see it now?
I actually had a bowling ball that had like the gold flakes inside of it. A black bowling ball with gold flakes.
Same thing.
Yep. Same design. Yeah. I see what you mean.
But other than
might have ruined it for me. Ball, thanks.
Still a great looking texture.
Yeah. Which makes it almost... I almost want to get that just as much as the netherite. Maybe more than the netherite. I mean, the netherite's cool and all, but you can do so much more with this Blackstone. Different builds. You can... All these builds that you've done in the past, if you would go and replace it with some Blackstone, some of them can really look amazing. So...
Yeah.
I have my plans for the next season, my build, but I do want to use the Blackstone, and I'm going to find a way. I think I'm going to try to use it through terraforming, but I have a pretty neat way to use it that way. I mean, I terraformed with Prismarine. I should be able to do it with Blackstone. So.
Oh yeah, I already have an idea for my Blackstone, and I'm going to need a lot of it. So.
Yeah, good.
But my dislike for Blackstone is not really a dislike for Blackstone.
Almost spit out my water. Good.
It's dislike for netherite, and the fact that one, Blackstone is beautiful and it's easy to get compared to netherite, another beautiful block. But the netherite armor, the second they put out the texture for the netherite armor, everyone started embedding gold flakes into netherite armor. And here they put out Blackstone, which is literally a texture designed with gold flakes in it, that everyone's like, that should be in the netherite armor. That's what we wanted.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Didn't notice people are asking about the gold inside the netherite.
Yeah.
That would be pretty neat.
It would be. I think it looked very good, and hopefully someone hears this in Mojang is like, oh yeah, maybe we can relook at it. The netherite armor doesn't look horrible.
It's already made with 2 different kinds of gems though already, diamond and netherite. If you throw gold in there, there'd be 3 different types.
Well, to make netherite, you got to use gold.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's already incorporated. Yep, that's true.
Yep. So, I don't know. It's just a thought process. Like I said, the armor itself doesn't look bad. I already like it better than the diamond look.
Yeah.
And the whole reason I will get netherite armor is just so I don't run around looking like a blueberry anymore. Mm-hmm. My plan for the next season of Ripple Effect was to wear as little armor as possible, just because I got so tired of the blue all the time. Everybody's blue. So...
Yeah, I guess it depends on what's going on. Recording wise, I probably take my armor off as well. Mm-hmm. And it depends on what games we play though, because there could be like some PvP games that I'm involved in where I might need that armor.
Yeah. Some other things I liked. I like how they went ahead and added soul campfires. I think anything with a flame kind of is obvious. You need to make a soul version of it now. Mm-hmm. I think soul campfires would have been cool instead of adding, what is it? You add a soul torch or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. I think it would have been cooler to add, you could only use the logs from the nether instead.
Okay.
So, like, the entire recipe changes. So, I don't know. Some people might be yelling at me like, no, that's too much. Shut up, duds.
I'm sure there are.
The Basalt Delta, I really like. We're going to get ready to talk about that in more depth, so I'll just say I really like it.
Yeah, that's the main terrain that I had trouble with when I tried this little survival tour, was that Basalt Delta, because it's so up and down, but still really cool to look at.
Also, the next thing, chiseled nether bricks. The way you place them down, they only face one direction.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Especially because they put a skull on it.
Yep.
I think it'd be really cool to be able to rotate that.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully it's a bug.
Yeah, hopefully. But I think that's kind of it for new features, because we're going to talk about some stuff. Oh, the Piglin banner, I think, is one of the best patterns in the game now, just because of versatility.
Yeah, it's pretty simple, cut and dry, with the design. But yeah, it fits really well. But
yeah, let's talk more about the Basalt Deltas, because this is my new favorite biome. I keep saying everything's my new favorite, but the Basalt Deltas are beautiful. I love them.
Yeah, a lot to like.
And if I were to make a base in the Nether, it would be in a Basalt Delta.
There you go.
Yeah, so Basalt Deltas are remnants of volcano eruptions. This biome sports a high concentration of basalt columns and lava deltas. Walking through, you will be surrounded by flakes of flowing white ash. Magma cubes finally has a place to call home, spawning very frequently. A new block, Blackstone, can be found in large patches here. Sorry, I am coughing so much today.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Basalt Deltas. It is the main biome that holds the Blackstone also. Yeah, like I said, it wasn't easy getting through it.
Yeah.
If you were to mine it out by hand, the block doesn't drop for you, so to, like I said, traverse it is a pain.
Yeah, to me it looks like they kind of took the ravines that already existed in the Nether, just made them way big and filled it with lava and Blackstone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's little like puddles of lava throughout the Basalt Deltas also. You got to be aware of those. Almost died a couple times from those.
Yeah, it's definitely a very dangerous biome. And hunting magma cubes is going to be nice because fire resist potions obviously need magma cubes, or the magma cream from magma cubes, so that's really nice. It also feels like every nether mob seems to be getting their own biome this update, if you think about it. Yeah, literally so far everyone kind of has their own thing, other than the Wither Fortress mobs, which a Wither Fortress kind of is their own thing. So
yeah, they got their own spawns in there. Yeah, you can get your magma cream farms in this delta, but it would be a lot easier to barter for the magma creams.
That's true.
Unless you specifically want the magma creams, you can go ahead and make a farm there. I don't think it should be too difficult. I haven't seen one, but it should be pretty easy to
my first thought is to make one exactly like you would a slime farm.
Yeah.
just lure the guys to the edge using an iron golem and watch them fall down. The only problem is you've got things like a gas that might shoot at the iron golem.
Yeah.
So
now when I saw the skeleton, I was kind of on the edge of a soul sand biome. Mm-hmm. So I'm not like 100% sure it spawned in there. So it could have made its way on into the basalt biome.
Yeah, because skeletons spawn in the Soul Sand Valley.
Yeah, I'm not positive about the basalt.
Yeah, I think that's kind of it for the deltas. It's an awesome biome. I absolutely love it. If they do this to overworld stuff in the next update, 117, I'm going to be super excited.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm about to kick my dog out of the room. I don't know if you can hear her, but she hasn't stopped making noise since I said her name earlier in the episode.
She probably thought it was her cue to do a dance for the show.
I'm going to go ahead and just say, I am so sorry, Carl, because I'm going to be missing a ton of stuff you'll be editing out. And
I haven't heard too much.
Okay. I was going to say, let's just, next episode, I'm kicking the dog out before I start recording. It's getting a little ridiculous.
That's what I do with my phone now, kicking out.
Yeah. But let's get into the Nether music, because there's 3 new songs.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and tell you now, pronouncing the names of these songs. Well, there's one name that I can say, but we have the Robido, I'm going to say it like that, will be played in Nether Wastes, Chrysopia, maybe?
We'll take it.
Yeah, that's going to be played in Crimson Forest, and So Below, the one name I can say, will be played in Soul Sand Valleys and Basalt Deltas. Just amazing music.
Yeah.
C418 and his original tracks for Minecraft were awesome. It's not C418 that's doing this new music, and I can't believe I forgot to write down who does it, but GG's. That music is awesome.
Lena Rain?
Okay.
That's the name of the artist of the music.
Yeah.
Lena Rain with an E on the end.
Cool. So there you go. We have Exhumavoid did a video on it, and our good buddy Decoy, who does the music for the show, he did a good video on it. It's awesome. You can listen to the songs all the way through on his channel, and they are awesome. So link to Decoy's video down below.
Yeah, it's really taken off, actually.
Yeah,
really good quality of the music.
Like, you need a link. His video's been on like every recommended page I've been on.
Yep. Yeah, if you want to listen to it, it'll probably pop up there first anyway. But out of all 3 of them, I really enjoyed the Crimson. I think the Crimson Forest one just gave me that type of feel. All of them has a certain type of feel though, but I think I just enjoyed the Crimson the most. So if I were to build there, I'd probably build in the Crimson just because of that. Yeah. Just to get that ambient music.
I think I agree with you, but So Below was really close. And I think that may be one reason I really liked Basalt Deltas too. But I think I'm with you. I think I like the Crimson Forest song, Chrysopia. I'm so sorry I'm messing up this name. I'm butchering it, and I feel bad every time I do. Good song, though.
I could pronounce it much better than that, so.
Yeah. But yeah, go ahead and take some changes away, Jimbo.
Okay. Changes for 20W15A. Dispenser changes. Many of them. We also have soul sand can now be used to craft soul torches. Nether vegetation blocks, sprouts, roots, vines, fungi, wart, and wart blocks are now compostable. Walls will now connect to more things like iron bars, panes, and even pickles. The pickles are more connectable on the top of the wall. Don't get confused if it won't connect to it on the side. Hoes are now appropriate tool for breaking leaves. And mobs avoid walking on magma blocks and lit campfires. Dispenser changes. We'll go over those. You want me to go over those now?
Yeah, let's go over it now.
Yeah, we'll just cover it all. Dispensers can now saddle pigs and horses, put horse armor on horses, can put carpets on llama, chests on llama, donkeys, and mules. They can now shear mushrooms and snow golems.
Nice.
Those are pretty big changes, especially after the episode where we had to change it. Go figure.
Yep. I don't even remember what we were going to change on the dispenser.
Well, I mentioned I'd like for it to maybe hold a pickaxe or an axe to break wood for you. But again,
Gotcha.
The only thing wrong with that is the efficiency.
Yeah.
You know, how much efficiency do you need for it to single-handedly break a wood log? But I don't know. Yeah. They changed it pretty well.
Let's see. We talked about the soul sand to craft soul torches. That seems like a pretty obvious good change.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good change.
Also, everything being compostable is really nice. If you want to do kind of like a flower farm in the Nether, now you can have a way to generate bone meal for it.
Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, and then you got the pickles, so...
Yeah, everyone was wanting the pickles to be added with the walls.
Yeah. First of all, who's putting pickles on walls, guys?
Yeah, right?
Who is doing this?
Like iron bars and panes, I understand. The pickles kind of threw me off. I'm like, what?
So I really got excited when I saw walls will now connect to more things, because there's this visual glitch I've hated for the longest time involving walls. Yeah. So if you do walls and a fence gate, it'll connect. But if you do a wall, fence gate, wall, that middle fence gate is at a higher Y level than the other two fence gates connected to the wall.
It's like the wall pushed it down. Yeah. If it's like right next to the wall, kind of brings the fence gate down a little bit.
Yeah.
But if there's a gap, the fence gate is at its original height. Yeah, it's pretty, it can bother you too. I did notice on a friend of ours, Marlo, on his bridge he made, he used that design to make it look like kind of like an arch. Mm-hmm. I like the way he did that.
And also, fences don't stick to walls either.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, but pickles do. We got the pickles.
All I can think about now is that Rick and Morty meme that's going around, and it's just a guy going, and then he turned himself into a pickle. It was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. Yeah, so awesome changes. I like all those, minus the pickle wall debacle, as I'm going to call it.
Yeah, watch. Everyone's going to start using pickles on walls now.
Oh, you can guarantee you in my next season, a pickle will go on a wall in my base.
There you go. I might just throw them up all over town.
Yeah, like I'm going to name...
Like they belong there.
Yeah, name my pickle Rick.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Now we're talking. Now next was the hose, how they're able to use or break the leaves. Now I do want to let you know that it doesn't just silk touch it like if it were shears. I'm sure if you had the silk touch enchantment on it, you can mine it. It's like an instant mine, pretty much.
Can you put silk touch on hose?
I think. Let's see why I know you can put fortune on there. Huh. So I imagine you could, because fortune helps you gain more crops now with the hose if you put fortune on your hose.
Interesting. Yeah. Yep. When I first saw that, I went, why? Shears do the same thing. Why do we need another tool doing the same thing? But you think about it, hose have so much more durability than shears.
Yep. So and if you put those extra enchantments on it, it could really, you don't have to go through shears after shears. That does get annoying, because you're not going to enchant a shear. It's 2 iron. So you need 6 things of shears just taking up your inventory just to go out and get your leaves. Yeah, because they don't stack. Yeah. Now, if you throw silk touch and unbreaking and mending on it, you might be able to get through that whole session without making another one. So it's a good change.
Yeah.
And again, if you put fortune on it, you can get the extra sticks and extra saplings and stuff from the leaves also, if you like to do it that way.
Nice. Mm-hmm. So the mobs avoid walking on magma blocks and lit campfires. I see one issue where this might be a problem, and that's on gold farms, because magma blocks are used to help, one, funnel the mobs into the specific killing chambers, but two, I think they're there because the chicken jockeys are too dumb, and they'll walk on the magma blocks, and it'll end up killing the chicken before the jockey. So,
I didn't think about that.
I don't think it'll be too bad, because I think their pathfinding will take over and go, well, I still need to go this way, but I don't know. Mm-hmm. I've always kind of used magma blocks to funnel those guys in.
Yeah, I never mess with too many gold farms, but I know what you mean. I saw some different farms with the magma blocks included just to control spawning, so yeah, that might be an issue.
Sorry,
No.
I went to say something and then the cough happened. You guys aren't hearing any of these
And then it
coughs,
happened.
but it's so annoying. But yeah, we have one big announcement if you want to take that now, Jimbo.
Yes, it says here, did you buy Minecraft Java Edition before October 19th, 2018? If you did, you're entitled to a free copy of the Windows 10 version. Only for a few days left to get on this. Only a few days left to get on this. Jesus. And only a few more minutes to finish that sentence. But this includes the Bedrock version, Windows 10.
Yeah, I think Windows 10 version is the Bedrock version.
Okay.
Or at least one of the Bedrock versions. And I'd say the final date's like April 20th or something like that. So it's 7 days for us. For you guys, it's like 3 days or something like that.
Yeah, by the time this comes out.
Yeah.
So yeah, better get on it if you haven't got it already.
Yup. So we're going to go ahead and move on to this week's Discord ad, which is brought to you by YDYT. And they put out a pretty good video celebrating Hermitcraft's 8th year.
Yes,
so
very impressive.
Yeah. Carl, can we hit the link to that video also in the show notes? Because we're going to promote YDYT. Forget, she was on earlier when we had Cass on, too. Mm-hmm. So, guest of the show, friend of the show. Take it away, YDYT.
Hey everyone, I'm YDYT and I'm a member of the Withering Effect Discord. It's a great place to hang out with fellow listeners like me and the people who work on the show. So join today and let's discuss the game we love. There are links in the show notes.
Alright, thanks again YDYT. And remember, go check out the video for the Hermitcraft Year 8 celebration video.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Really cool.
Yep.
Now it's time for Block of the Week. This week was just an absolute runaway. And as soon as I read out your choices, you'll know why. The choices for this week were the composter, the spawner, and the anvil.
And the winner this week is, by a landslide, Spawner. Congratulations. And I also called it. I was like, man, Spawner should destroy on this week. I don't think you could put any block up against it, to be honest. Spawner is pretty unique. And I have a couple different facts about the spawner, if you didn't know. There's different types of spawners. There is a zombie spawner, skeleton spider, cave spider, a blaze, and silverfish spawners. You can get the other spawners in creative mode, but you have to /give the other spawners. Spawns mobs in a 9x9x3 area when a player is within 16 blocks of the spawner. Spawns up to 4 mobs at a time and waits 10 to 39 seconds between spawns.
Yep. And just so happens, listener comments for this week was about the spawner. And, anticipation of the spawner's win. J-Man says he would like to see spawners turn off when they are powered by redstone. This would make blaze spawners more convenient to disable. I like that idea.
Yeah.
I do think it might be a little OP just to be able to run up to it and put a redstone block on it to power it and turn it off. I get what he's saying though, because a blaze spawner is extremely hard to turn off compared to the other spawners. The other spawners, it's spam torches in a room and you're done. Mm-hmm. But a blaze spawner, not so much.
Not the case. Yeah, it is nice. You can turn it off with just lighting. You'd have to, somehow rig some redstone lights around your spawner to turn it off. So it is toggleable. You don't have to have it running at all times.
Well, I can't think of the name now. The blaze spawner. Jeez. The blaze spawner, I want to say it's like a 4-out grid. So it's like an 8x8 square. You have to surround this thing with like glowstone or sea lanterns, something that's like a level 15 light level to get the thing to turn off.
Yeah. What I've been doing lately is spamming just blocks. I will just bury the whole thing till nothing spawns around it. And that could be dangerous. It's definitely dangerous trying to turn off.
Well, yeah, because you gotta do a 9x9x3 block to get it to stop spawning.
Yep.
Yeah. So thinking of ways to improve the spawner was difficult.
You have no idea.
Cough. I'll stop announcing them now. It's just there's going to be a bunch of weird pauses in this episode. I'm sorry, but the obvious choice is Silk Touch spawners. That's basically been modded for forever. We even played with that on Common Craft for a season when we were using a custom world, and it is OP. Like, just way too OP. We ended up making we ended up making a rule you could only have one spawner running at a time, just because of how OP it was.
Mm-hmm. It wouldn't be too bad if spawners weren't so frequent. You know, if they were very, very rare, maybe that could be an idea, but they're just way too common to run into.
You are taking the words out of my mouth. So how I would improve spawners is, one, allow you to place spawners anywhere, but not the spawners you find generated in the world. I would make the spawner a loot table item you can find in dungeons, mine shafts, and stuff like that. But that's not it.
Yeah.
So the spawner itself will not work until you get a mob egg, which you can also find in a dungeon, temple, mine shaft. But it has a rarity level of a notch apple.
There you go.
So yeah, you can collect those spawners all you want, but that one egg, and as soon as you use the egg, it's up. You only get one spawner working, so you got to go find another egg that has a rarity level of a notch apple. Granted, you can now put that wherever you want, but once you put it down, you can't pick it back up again because it breaks like a normal spawner.
Yeah, or you could, kind of like the Wither, how it drops the Nether star. Mm-hmm. Maybe a new mob can be added to drop the item you need to make the spawner block.
That's true.
Not so much the egg, I'm thinking, just because it's pretty specific.
Well, think about it. We have netherite now. What if you had to make netherite iron bars and then craft the iron bars, or netherite bars, I should say, into a spawner?
Mm-hmm.
It would be good lore, because it would all continue through, and it would explain why you can't make spawners up to now. But I don't know. This was an extremely hard one to really do.
Yeah, you kind of have to change the game to change the spawner, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, you come across them so often to where the silk touching thing is definitely a little too modded, a little too OP. If you were to put, 5 in one area, you probably wouldn't need to go to the end to get to the ender, because there'd be just so many mobs there for XP. And
well, I said
definitely understandable.
When we did silk touch spawners on that one season Comic Craft, the first thing I did was go get 2 blaze spawners and bring them to the overworld. And that ended up being the first XP farm / mass furnace smelter for the community. Basically, you didn't keep any of the rods. All the rods went into the furnace system, which people just clicked on the furnace and took the rods out whenever they needed them. But it was pretty good to start with.
Yeah. I was thinking of ways to improve it, and one of the things I was thinking about was something we just mentioned. Just to down the spawn rates of the spawners and possibly be able to silk touch them or be able to make them craftable. I'm trying to think. I was just thinking about it too. I'm gonna have to keep thinking about it because I forgot what it was. My suggestion.
Well, we'll bring it up in the next episode. I want to go ahead and end it here. I feel bad because it's a shorter episode, but I can't control this cough today, and I feel really bad for putting out an episode where I'm just basically hacking through the entire thing. I feel really bad.
Made it.
Yeah, Carl, I'm sorry again for all the editing you've got to do. But Jimbo, you want to read us out?
Yeah. If you like the show, you can share it with all your friends and on social media. If you listen on Spotify, follow us. Or if you listen on Apple Podcasts, leave us a nice review. Doing any of these really helps the show reach more listeners. If you would like to get in contact with us, send an email to podcast@rippleeffectsmp.com, tweet us, leave a voice message, or join our Discord, where you can have a chat with everyone who works on the show and fellow listeners. All the links are in the show notes.
Yeah, this show has been brought to you by Jimbo and myself, but also our digital producer Carl. He helps make sure the show ends up where it should be and not in the bottom of my cough drop bag. The amazing music you hear in the intro and outro is created by the one and only Decoy, and everybody's social media links can be found down in the show notes. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for sticking around and getting withered with us. Again, I'm sorry for all the coughing and the quick cuts that are probably in this episode, but you should probably go drink your milk now, and I'm going to go take some more cough syrup. Bye.
See you later.